has your time with My Life, My Choice changed your future?
It shows me that this is just not something that happens once and it's done. It's a community, and we're bringing awareness to it, and we're telling other young females, like, it's okay that that happened to you. You can come sit with us now, and we'll take care of you and we'll listen to you.
Now that I am a part of this beautiful organization, I'm able to use some of my life experience to now empower and help the youth that we now serve, that I now serve. I love being a mentor. I love using parts of my story to empower and uplift and to show my mentees what it looks like when you fight, right? Which is super important to me.
And how My Life, My Choice has shaped my future is it's pushed me to be a better person and chase my dreams and my goals constantly. And I've made friends. I've made so many friends at My Life, My Choice, and it's made me a better person.
It's made me grateful and happy to know that I have been part of the solution and doing so in this process.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to our virtual celebration tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to join us.
During this past really hard year, we have not been in hibernation. We have been deep in the work, and we've been working as an entire staff, our entire team, to create an amazing strategic plan to drive our work forward over the next 3 years. Over the past year, the commercial sexual exploitation of children and the commercial sex industry have not slowed down in neither way.
We are clearer than we've ever been. At My Life, My Choice, we believe that no human being should be bought or sold. And in order to create this change, survivors' voices must be heard, believed, and set the agenda in this movement.
And in order to create this change, people must believe it is wrong to ever buy or sell a human being.
In order to create this change, we must address the structural inequities that give rise to trafficking and the commercial sexual exploitation of children.
And in order to create this change, resources must be deployed, leveraged, and sustained to fight this insidious form of child abuse. So where do we go from here? We built this plan around 4 key pillars. And we created these pillars in a process that involved, as I said, our entire staff, our entire team, our young people through our leadership core weighing in and using their voices, and our incredible advisory board spending time kind of wrestling with it and helping us figure it out.
And I'm so excited to introduce Pillar 1. And as I said earlier, in this movement, we need the voices of survivors. We have always been about survivor leadership, but over the next 3 years, we want to do even better. We will increase opportunities for the youth we serve and our survivor staff at My Life, My Choice, and in the movement to end commercial sexual exploitation of children. We plan to elevate and improve what true allyship looks like. And we're going to work like hell to pass the equality model in Massachusetts and across this country.
Our second pillar is about shifting norms. We've always done this work, but we are laser focused on the beliefs, the norms that create the conditions that allow commercial sexual exploitation to happen. So over the next 3 years, we're going to hone in on these and try and shift these fundamental beliefs. First, the belief that kids who get exploited don't matter and aren't our responsibility. And we want to move this to the understanding that there is no such thing as other people's children. We want to shift this idea that a girl's value is tied to her sexuality and instead recognize that girls are valued and valuable. We want to shift this idea that buying sex is like paying for any other service. It is not. It is wrong to buy a human being. It is wrong to commodify a human being. And lastly, we want to shift this idea that the commercial sexual exploitation of children is an individual issue and harms only the victim. Commercial sexual exploitation harms all of us. It is a public health issue, and we are all impacted. To shift these norms, we're going to lead innovative community engagement. We're going to elevate youth-led, survivor-led messaging. We're going to grow our incredible training and advocacy. And we're going to enhance our outstanding male allies initiative so that men can truly be part of the solution.
Pillar 3, influence and systems. Commercial sexual exploitation is a human rights issue that is connected to racism, classism, sexism, and gender-based violence. We will work to affect change in the systems that impact vulnerable youth the most. Systems like child welfare, criminal justice systems, our healthcare systems, including mental health care and substance abuse disorder care, and most importantly, education. We will do this through enhancing trainings, collaboration, community engagement, and as with everything we do, survivor leadership.
And our fourth pillar is around ensuring capacity and sustainability to do all of that. First, we're going to need to find a permanent home for My Life, My Choice that can accommodate our growing staff. Second, we're going to invest even more profoundly and more fully in job opportunities for the next generation of survivor leaders. Third, we plan to centralize our support of and advocacy for and with our LGBTQ plus young people that we serve, our staff, and our community. And we plan to elevate, enhance, and embed racial justice and equity into absolutely everything that we do.
This organization was built on resiliency of strong women, and we continue to make it through hard times, including COVID.
We have gotten through these hard times thanks to you. We felt you with us every step of the way this past year. And you will hear tonight from our staff and our unbelievable young people about what that work has meant over this past year. And as always, you will not see the faces of our young people, but you will hear their incredibly powerful voices.
And we will be looking forward to seeing you all in person June 2nd, 2022.
In person. She said in person. In person.
In person, Lisa.
In person.
And how about this part? For the 20th anniversary celebration of My Life, My Choice. We wouldn't be reaching this milestone without all of you who have been by our side. And we need all of you as we look forward to the next 20 years.
Thank you so much for being here.
Have a good evening.
What is something that you are hoping to do that you once thought was impossible?
Be a mentor just like you.
I am hoping I can find a cure for every single adolescent in the United States to avoid from being exploited.
Something that I thought was impossible was to one day be happy. But with My Life, My Choice, I have found happiness. And I know that I can make friends and do anything I set my mind to. I once thought that was impossible, but I know it's not now.
I am hoping to get my bachelor's degree. I have 3 more courses left. And, you know, I never thought in a million years that I would be getting my bachelor's degree. So I should be done with that in 1 more semester and I'm done.
Something that I'm actually in the process of doing that I thought was impossible was forgiving myself and loving myself, because I, for a long time, felt that I was used and that I was just disposable, that I wanted to dispose of my body. But being with My Life, My Choice, it made me realize that this is still my body. Like, no matter what, this is still my body. And I get to take control of it back. Now it's my body, my boundaries. And I thought it was going to be impossible of me accepting what happened in the past, but I'm here doing it day by day, slowly.
Hi, my name is Bella. I am 16 years old and I am a mentee of My Life, My Choice. To start, I want to say that I have a wonderful mentor, Barbara. She has been on my side since day one and has gone through this crazy journey with me. She has taught me that the only way to make it out is through, meaning with every obstacle that presents itself, there's always a way through with hard work and effort. And everything that I do, I try to apply this thought process even when I want to give up. So enough about me. This award is going out to a very inspirational, strong, iconic, and powerful woman that has challenged my beliefs on authority figures in the justice system. In my experience, I have had very negative interactions with the system. The recipient of this award has instilled hope in me. It's a good reminder to me that there are other people like her that care about the well-being of this world. She is the first woman ever elected as district attorney in Suffolk County and the first woman of color ever elected district attorney in Massachusetts. She is also empathetic to others that are struggling in our community. Now, that is something worth mentioning. Let's let the accomplishments speak for themselves, as she has been honored as the Massachusetts Lawyers Weekly's Lawyer of the Year in 2018, the Boston Globe's Massachusetts Woman of the Year in 2019, and one of the Boston Business Journal's Power 50 Exceptional Leaders in 2020. And now I have the great pleasure to add to this list of incredible achievements by giving her the My Life, My Choice 2021 Beacon of Light Award for work on behalf of vulnerable youth and survivors of exploitation. It is my pleasure to honor this award to District Attorney Rachel Rowlands.
Thank you, Bella. I am so honored and humbled to receive this award, but I'm even more honored to be among resilient survivors and community organizers who every day commit to the well-being and safety of vulnerable children. Over the past several years, I have had the privilege of becoming intimately familiar with the work of My Life, My Choice. Their mission to change the structural inequities that give rise to trafficking and sexual exploitation aligns directly with my emphasis on creating a system that addresses process and progress. Systems that work for everyone, not just for those with wealth, power, and privilege, and support resources that keep our communities safe and healthy. As Suffolk County's District Attorney, I try to focus on investing our limited resources in what will keep our communities safe and healthy. I have spent my time with many survivors who have endured the unimaginable, those whose lives have been forever impacted and who have been exploited, abused, bought, and sold. Those who have not been protected and have been failed by systems. Those who have experienced profound trauma and incredible pain. And those, like many here today, who have trusted us enough to share their stories. As those who have been given the great privilege of hearing survivor stories, we must do more than just listen. We have to recognize the profound trauma of trafficking and support survivors on their journey towards healing. I am truly inspired by your incredible resilience and ability to share some of the most intimate and painful memories you may have. It's why the work of My Life, My Choice is so meaningful and necessary. I am in awe of their work, of their ability to empower survivors at a time in which they often feel powerless. I am grateful for their commitment to not only change lives, but to change systems that create the structural inequities that give rise to trafficking and sexual exploitation. It takes an incredible amount of fortitude to see the light at the end of a long, dark tunnel, and it takes courage to even try. I'm always encouraged by survivors who often exhibit incredible strength and fortitude in the face of tragedy and uncertainty. And I am comforted by the constant presence of community partners like My Life, My Choice to support survivors in every way possible. To the survivors, you are the true beacons of light. You are far more than the worst thing that has ever happened to you. You survived and you're here, and you are not alone. We stand with you, beside you, and behind you. This award is an honor, but the true honor is seeing how you, against all odds, choose to continue to fight. I promise to always fight with you and for you, not just in my work, but in my life. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Hannah and I'm 21 years old. I have been with My Life, My Choice for about 5 years. In those 5 years, My Life, My Choice has always been there. No matter what issues cross my path, they have been the one consistent support. I feel confident I can reach out to anyone in the organization and they'll help me find a solution to my problems. My mentor, Tina, provides laughter and encouragement in order to help me succeed, and she has absolutely changed my life for the better. I have absolutely no idea where I'd be without her. My Life, My Choice has provided support in times where it felt like I had no one else. They helped me through these difficult times and have also seen me through successes. I will always hold them in a special place in my heart. With this in mind, I would like to turn the attention to this year's Beacon of Light awardee, a person who fights a good fight in our nation's capital and around the country. Yasmin Vafa is a co-founder and executive director of Rights for Girls, a national human rights organization dedicated to defending the rights of vulnerable young women and girls in the U.S. A human rights attorney and advocate, Yasmin's work focuses on the intersections of race, gender, violence, and the law. She speaks widely on those issues and how they impact the lives of marginalized women and girls. Yasmin has successfully advocated for several laws at the federal level, tested before the U.S. Senate and international human rights bodies, and been recognized for her advocacy by Congress. She is the co-author of several reports, including The Sexual Abuse to Prison Pipeline, The Girl Story, which exposed the widespread criminalization of girls in color in the U.S. as a direct result of their victimization. The report has not only shaped the national conversation around women and girls in incarceration, but has helped ignite a movement to decriminalize survivors of gender-based violence. After having the privilege to speak to Yasmin, I felt her commitment to the work she does and the passion she has for that work. Her commitment to amplifying survivor voices and experiences is a driving force in her work. I am grateful to have her fighting for the rights of people like me. With this immense gratefulness, I am honored to present this 2021 Beacon of Light Award to Yasmin Vafa for her work fighting the commercial exploitation of children.
Thank you, Hannah, and everyone at My Life, My Choice for this honor. Rights for Girls is a small but mighty team of women of color dedicated to ending gender-based violence against young women and girls in the U.S. None of our success would be possible without the incredibly hard work of our team, who fights each and every day to center the voices and needs of our most marginalized girls and children across a variety of systems and spaces. They make sure that the experiences of young people are not just heard, but prioritized in all of the conversations that are happening around racial justice, gender violence, and criminal justice reform. Since co-founding Rights for Girls almost 10 years ago, I've had the privilege of working alongside so many powerful survivors in this movement to end sexual exploitation. Over the years, we've worked together to pass dozens of laws to improve our response towards trafficking, succeeded in more than doubling federal funds for domestic victim services, established a connection between system involvement and sexual exploitation, and pursued justice for survivors who've been wrongly and unjustly criminalized. During each and every one of those battles, My Life, My Choice has stood firmly and unapologetically with survivors, and we have been so proud to push forward for change with allies like them. I had the chance to meet with Hannah before tonight's event, and they repeatedly mentioned how My Life, My Choice had changed their life, the impact of the connections they had made over the years, and how much this program and the survivor leaders' mentorship and support meant to them. This award is particularly moving for me because My Life, My Choice actually served as experts on our very first congressional briefing that we ever hosted on Capitol Hill back in 2012. At the time, we were desperately trying to convince lawmakers in Congress that, first of all, American children were being trafficked and exploited, and that children in our foster care system were especially vulnerable. Some really important legislation actually came out of those efforts, and when I think back, it's really remarkable to think how far we've come. Of course, there's still so much work to do ahead, and this past year in particular has been incredibly challenging for so many of us and for so many different reasons. I count myself lucky to be able to work in the company of such fierce and inspiring leaders like Audrey and Lisa, and so many other fearless women that I get to call my colleagues and friends. As I tell my team, it's a privilege just to get to do this work each day and to fight for a world where all of us can be safe and free. This award just makes me even more grateful. So I thank you so much for this honor, and I thank you for everything that you're doing to protect some of our most vulnerable children. Thank you.
If you did not have My Life, My Choice in your life today, where do you think you would be?
If I did not have My Life, My Choice in my life today, I honestly don't know where I would be. I've been here with My Life, My Choice, working with you guys for 2 years, and honestly, I don't think I would be happy. When My Life, My Choice first found me, I was not in the greatest place. But you guys have taught me how to be a better woman and be assertive, so I really need My Life, My Choice. I don't know where I'd be without My Life, My Choice, you know? Thank you guys so much for everything.
What would you like to tell the world about My Life, My Choice?
I love y'all. Y'all been there for me for the longest, and y'all accept me for who I am, and not put my past between anything. And y'all took me in as your own.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ann Wilkinson. I'm the Director of Mentoring Services here at My Life, My Choice.
And I'm Andy Tackett, an advisory board member for My Life, My Choice. Ann and I are truly honored to share how you can join the fight against exploitation. But first, we want to share why we think it's important.
As you know, we at My Life, My Choice are laser focused on supporting our young survivors. We do this through mentoring and by providing prevention and intervention training nationwide. In fact, last year, during one of the most challenging times for the world, we served 261 young survivors and trained 2,333 youth serving professionals, service providers, and law enforcement through 81 in-person and remote trainings. That's amazing.
That is, and that's just the kind of impact I wanted to make by joining the board about 5 years ago and becoming a regular donor. I love seeing those numbers go up year after year. I've also been fortunate to have met some of the young survivors and have heard and seen how important their mentors have become in their lives. So it's really clear to me, donors really make a difference in just how many exploited young people My Life, My Choice can serve. For example, a donation of $5,000 funds mentoring services for one exploited youth for an entire year as they find safety, stability, and hope.
And a donation of $500 provides gift cards for groceries and other essentials to 5 young survivors, which was critical last year and continues to be. We provided nearly $26,000 in emergency and basic needs financial assistance for mentees and their families during the height of the pandemic. All donations are put to use right away to support our efforts to disrupt, prevent, and end the commercial sexual exploitation of children.
You can easily and securely make a donation by visiting our website at www.mylifemychoice.org or scanning the QR code with your cell phone. You will immediately receive a receipt. We will add you to our mailing list, and later we'll send you highlights about how your contribution is making an impact.
Thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you want the world to know about your mentees?
I would say you are the most artistic, crafty, out-of-the-box thinker, extraordinary, powerful, young lady, which you have become.
Thank you so much. And what I want the world to know about my mentor, Sharon, is that you just push me to be a better person, and you're someone I look forward to seeing, not every day, but when I do see you, it's so special, and you just make my day, absolutely, and you push me to do great things. Thank you so much.
I want the world to know that she loves and that she has goals and that she is working to achieve those goals, that she's smart, she's bright, she's intelligent, she is a queen, okay? I want the world to know that she is a queen and that she is going to use her voice to show the world who she is and why she's here.
I want the world to know that my mentor is a strong, passionate, driven, and dedicated mother of 2. She's a survivor. She's a light. You see her walk in a room and all heads will turn because you could just feel when someone's strong, someone who has just been touched by good karma after so many bad things, you would feel it. And every time I'm with my mentor, I feel it. I definitely feel safe. So I know whoever she goes near now will always be protected because that's how much she cares about others.
I want the world to know that I'm very, very grateful the day I met you and became your mentor.
She's lit. I love her. She's like my second mom. You're there for people no matter what, even if they don't want it. You're still there. Give that unconditional love.
Amendment. We're gonna have to do that again.
What is something you are hoping to do that you once thought was impossible?
On the resiliency, this organization, Lisa has.
You ready?
Yep.
You sure?
I'm ready. I want to get it over with.
Ann and I are truly honored to share how you can join the fight in blah, blah, blah. There we go.
In person.
In person.
It's kind of like touching.
June 2nd, 2020.
Cher, do you have any jokes?
How much does it cost for a pickled egg?
What? How much?
A buck.
Oh my gosh.
And for a donation of $500, I messed up.
I got another one.
What's another one?
Why didn't the lobster share his food with the crab?
Why not?
Because he was shellfish.
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Turn On the Lights virtual, oh goodness, virtual what? Gala. Is it?
Do you have any other questions that you want to add?
I don't know. I'm not a good interviewer.
No, you are great. Listen, you're great.